Hello, and welcome back. I am playing some Scrap Mechanic. I'm just doing a quick look around, checking to see that the world is completely loaded in, and it is completely loaded in. This is a brand new map. I have not done anything yet, and I have not explored. One of the things that's really good about Scrap Mechanic is exploring your surroundings and seeing what all the map has to offer. At least that's one of the reasons why I really love playing the game. I've played quite a bit of Scrap Mechanic, and I've never really done a playthrough, so that's what I'm doing here. Quickly take that gasoline out of the fire. And, so yeah, I'm gonna do some exploring. And this initial area is always the same. Take that out. And it might take you a little bit while longer, but don't run. That quickly diminishes your food and thirst bar. Don't be afraid to disassemble everything. Ooh. I have changed some of the values. I made dying a lot less. What would you call that? Penalizing. Yeah, I've made dying a lot less penalizing. I have disabled restrictions, and I'll show you what that does for us. And I'm not sure what it does in the warehouses just yet, because I have not been to one of them. But as for the ship, it allows you to take apart a whole lot more stuff. And I think it's going to do the same at the warehouses. As for the goals of this playthrough, I don't know. There are a lot of things you can do in an open world game, such as this. Some of which are crazy. Craft one of everything. That would be pretty interesting goal. And but for this, I don't know if that's a reasonable goal, because it is currently in development. And I have some thoughts on where the developers are planning to go with their next main iteration of the game. But that is neither here nor there. I got a second bucket, and I will quickly get a third, along with the battery. That is up in that tower. There's the third bucket. Now, if you're worried about watching playthroughs of this game because of spoilers, there's really not much to spoil, other than what's in warehouses, and that's been out for quite a while. I guess you could theoretically say knowledge of how to build something. Let's say a tractor, you wanted to build a tractor, and you could watch someone play through and then be like, I wanted to figure that out myself, instead of just watching someone else do it. I'm getting really lucky with component kits. Usually I'm not this lucky this early on in the game with component kits. Spin around. Whoosh. If I had a seat, I could get in it and then fall off any height. And I'll show you that later on. seats. The best way, apparently, of falling great distances without getting injured. I did not come up with a method. I think it's either Scrapman or someone else, but I can't remember who it was. Get all my buckets. Out. Early game, you do need buckets, but later on, you'll have much faster means of watering crops, and you could automate it. I didn't mean to pick up the scrap wheel. The very first playthrough, yes, I did use a scrap wheel, and I made a scrap engine and other tidbits, but I have quickly realized that is just not worth it. Whenever I first played this game, you did not have to fix your, well, not fix, but put out the fires of your ship, and there was no reason to put the master battery in your ship, as your craft bot, your cheap craft bot, was also at the crafting station. But now, I'm just gonna take the master battery out. Plug it in there. And I'm going to pick up my logbook. Now, I'm thinking that this master battery is not a regular battery per se. I'm thinking it's a nuclear battery. And that's the reason why it can power big things. It's because it's nuclear. I'm trying to think if there's anything other than that I want to take. And I can't think of anything. Oh. Early chest. Now, the disabling restrictions means I can do this. And I can also change how much light that's giving me. And I like lots of light. So what am I going to be using these ill-gotten blocks for? They're tier think they're made out of tier 2 metal. So, I mean, they're gonna be strong, and they can handle a lot of punishment. So I'm gonna be using them to build a wall around my farm. Is this cheating per se? Depends on what you call cheating. And this is Scrap Mechanic, and as of right now, this ship does nothing for us in the game, and so I figure we should be able to tear it apart. And that is what I'm gonna do. Anything else? I think that's enough blocks. For a good point in time in the game. For a good while. Now, every full extension, I am taking 256 blocks. This game has... The blocks in this game are very, very small. That being said, you can do a lot of detail in your builds because of the size of the block scale. That's being blocked, I think. Anyway, with this successfully looted, I'm going to move on to the mechanic station. I'm going to set the waypoint. And I will be back whenever I get there. And I have just arrived at the mechanic station. We can see it off in the distance there. The one slot is safe for putting things in. The second slot always, well, not always, but most of the time spawns a hay bot in it. And the third one, I think it's also safe to go in, put stuff in. There is a lake nearby, which is good. That will come in handy to have farms. I'll just take this guy out. There are rocks, and one of those rocks I might do some farming on, and then I can showcase off of an interesting thing I found whenever it comes to placing soil bags, because, and I think I can showcase it off right here. Take this and swap it out. There is the slope is too steep. However, sometimes it can say slope too steep. You just move cursor just a little bit, and then you get to a point where the item has not moved. You see right here. It says put soil, too steep. Put soil, too steep. It's the same location. The only difference is my cursor has moved just a little bit so that where my cursor is looking, it says I can put it there. But over here, where it's the same location for the item, the cursor says, oh, no, it's too steep. I cannot put it there. And I've changed control. I've also added Control V, because Control F is... But yep, that's in the game. So let's go get that battery. You might have been able to hear him. Can I push the door open? Component kit, yay! Now, I can, with the fact that I have disabled restrictions, take this off. But I don't have the weld tool, so I'm not going to take it off yet. I will. Yeah, inventory full. I can't take apart anything with a full inventory. So I'm going to take this, put it over there, and I'm going to do a cheap start of the game block storage. What do I mean by that? Well, and early on, these blocks are going to be safe because haybots can't reach it. Taupe bots can't reach it. And you're not really attracting the ire of the tape bots just yet. Or the farm bots just yet. So that should be good for now. Let's go get that. Yeah, let's go get that battery. On my way here, I think I saw some hives, which is good for honey. you want access to a lot of hives, as you'll be using honey to the honeycomb to make wheels. Lots and lots of wheels. And I don't think I can make anything right off the bat. I need a few more circuit boards, which is unusual, and I need a few more component kits. And I will bring you back whenever I got that. And I'm back. And I have just enough component kits, just enough circuit boards, and a lot more scrap metal block than I really need. Interesting, they always face that way. Well, in the next video, I will be making a farm. In the early game, you really don't use a farm for food, but for attracting farm bots and tote bots to smash them up and collect their tidbits. But I guess that is farming for resources in a way. Well, until then, see ya.